Hey everybody. Okay, today, excuse me, I'm doing a first impressions sort kind of video while I do a fall look to show you guys. And one of the things that I used was this Nanshy Fan Brush. You can tell because I've been using it. This still has a boatload of color still on it. And also this, and I'll have to write the name in because I can't pronounce the name of the company that sells it. But I got it off of Amazon, this foundation brush. So I'll give my first impression of these two as well. And show you how I used it. So let me just get into what I thought about this brush in particular. Now, this is my first time using this type of brush. So of course I'm not going to go out there and spend a boatload of money. I'm going to try, you know, something cheaper to maybe graduate up a little bit. So this cost me about $7.98 on Amazon. And so I wasn't really expecting too much from it as far as like durability and everything. This, you know, it's an attractive looking brush, but it's a little bit flimsy, and I noticed when I was trying to use it to put my foundation on that I felt this shaking a lot, and that kind of worried me. So I knew that I couldn't really grip it here, so I tried gripping it there, and it still felt very flimsy. So I'm halfway expecting for this thing to snap. To snap off probably before the year ends. If not, you know, I'll be very lucky. Maybe it just feels flimsy, and like I can see a little bit of separation here where it connects, you know, and that worries me a little bit too. But who knows? It could be like glued in, so I don't see any nuts and bolts in here. So I'm figuring that it's glue that's holding it together. It seems so. If that glue is like pretty strong, then this might not separate, and hopefully this won't break. But I'm afraid that one of these days when I'm using it, it's gonna break, and I hope I don't apply a lot of pressure. So I hope that, like, if I'm going too fast, it doesn't just kind of snap off and jab me in the cheek or something. But as far as like the way it feels, it's very dense. Like it's very dense and compact, which a lot of these look like they're dense, you know, but it also feels dense when you're, you know, applying your foundation, which I guess is probably how it's supposed to feel. But the bristles are soft. You know, I didn't feel anything abrading my skin, and actually I think it's just something that I have to get used to. But I can't say it does apply foundation better than my regular brush does. So I will give it that. You know, so I'm going to keep on using it. I think the thing that worries me most is that I'm afraid this is going to snap while I'm putting foundation on. I'm going to like end up scarring myself for life with it, but hopefully that doesn't happen, God willing. Okay, and I also tried out this fan brush from Nanshy, and it's a pretty standard fan brush. It's like, I would probably say about like medium thickness. I don't know how well you can see. You know, it's not really thin. Like, let me show you the difference, because I have a BH Cosmetic fan brush here, and like you can see, like it's wider, and it is more dense. It has more, you know, and then it's a bit fluffier. And I think I don't feel like getting it out, but I have a couple more fan brushes too that I compare it to, and most of them are kind of thin like this, where most of the time I won't even bother with this to apply my highlight. These brushes to apply my highlight, mainly just using the whisk away fallout, because it's so thin and it's hard to like really pick up and get the highlight on. So I stopped trying to even bother to use those. But with this, it was very easy to get the highlight on. And like, I applied it on top of my cheekbones the way that I like it. Doesn't necessarily mean that is the way that most people do it, but it's the way that I like it for my face. And, you know, on my nose, up here, on my chin. And I even used it to just a little bit of highlight shimmer on my lips. while I did the Cupid's bow at the, as a final touch. And oh my gosh, it was so simple. Instead of me having to dip in with my finger and go pat, 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 it was easy. All I had to do was like get the powder on the brush and go a little bit like this, and I was done. So I gotta say that I'm actually pretty happy with this. Now, now Nanshy doesn't just make a fan brush. They have a whole arsenal of brushes that they are known for, and they're cruelty-free and vegan approved by PETA, and they are affordable brushes. And I'm trying to see what else is here, and they seem to have gotten pretty rave reviews from different media outlets and magazines. Even in OK Beauty it was featured, so that's pretty good. So it's not like this is like some fly-by-night, company. Nanshy, has an established presence, with professionals and just makeup enthusiasts like myself alike. So, and this brush, I'm trying to see if I can find it, and also, no, I think this is a new one. Yeah, this is a new brush. So, if you can see the pictures here, you will not see this brush anywhere in the in what they already have in their makeup lineup. So, because I think I might be needing to update my brush kits. But I will give the details as far as pricing and where you can buy this brush at down in the comments. And I'll also be writing a blog review about the brush, and you'll have the details in there, plus a link for you to go and buy it. So look for that, and I'll probably say it should probably be up by Friday, that blog review. But I am a fan of this fan. So I do like it. So far, this is the best fan brush that I own. Okay, and like I said, I'm not a makeup artist, so I'm not the type that has a whole arsenal of beauty brushes out there. I'm not the type that's going to tell you, oh, I use a MAC 1 such and such ever number. I'm just going to say, look, this is a fan brush. But I think when I use this, it will be worth noting this type of brush when I do use it, because if you can get your hands on it, this is a good one to invest in, especially for your highlight. Because like I could say, the other fan brushes, because I'm telling you right now, I'm cheap. I'm not trying to spend a whole bunch of money on things. So, but when you find something that you come across that's worth it, and it's so soft, I keep running my fingers over, and it's very soft too. But if you find something that's worth your dollars, you spend your dollars on it, and you tell other people about it, because they might want to try it. But I would say, but if you're noticing that you're not getting much payoff from applying your highlighter with your regular fan brush, I would say give this one a try. You might be pleasantly surprised. I know I was. And like I said, it's not thin, it's pretty spread out. It's very fluffy. I keep playing with it. And it bounces back though, because you can bend this thing and it just snaps right back into shape. Go like this and it snaps right back. And I like that. And you can see where with this one, this was very spread out before, but once you gotta start washing it and stuff, and yeah, just doing this with it, it doesn't hold shape, it doesn't spring back. And one of the reasons why, and this thing is practically brand new, because after the first time when I wasn't very happy with it, I never really went back to using it other than to brush off fallout. It really is not good for any type of makeup application, this Beige Cosmetic brush. So if you have brushes like this that are real thin and they will not bounce back into shape, if you push it up, they'll stay, no. Go out and get yourself this Nanshy brush, okay? It would be a good investment for you. Okay, now enough with all this talk. On to the video.